Alright guys, we're back at it again. This time it's the rear brakes on a 2008 Chevy Tahoe. Stay tuned. Alright, just like last time, you want to get the vehicle jacked up, safely supported on a jack stand. Then you want to go ahead and take off your center cap and all your lug nuts using a 22mm socket. And then we're going to use a 13mm to take off the caliper bolt. We should be able to take the bottom off again and just swing it up just like last time. Alright, so I went ahead and got that 13mm out. You may need to put an 18mm wrench on this if the entire thing is spinning while you're trying to take the bottom nut out. But once you get that out, you can pull your slide pin out. Luckily this one's not stuck. You want to go ahead and wipe both of those down, clean them up, put some fresh grease on. On this particular caliper, I'm just using a C-clamp just to show you guys another way that you can push that piston back inside. Alright, so the next couple steps here is you want to pull your pads and your hardware shims off of the bracket. Then you can go ahead and remove the two 18mm bracket bolts that are here and here. Since this is not the front, you cannot turn the wheel, and therefore I cannot get my impact gun in there. So I just had to use this ratchet here, this long one, and an 18mm socket, and I was able to break them loose fairly easily. However, do keep in mind that these bolts will also have that yellow Loctite on them. Alright, now we got the rotor off. As a courtesy, I usually like to go ahead and spray down the parking brake components with brake cleaner while I'm in here. We've got our slide pins both wiped off, piston pushed in. We got our rotor off fairly easily. And on these particular rotors, where they look like an extremely light gray color, that means that they have a coating on them. They're what's called coated rotors. What do you know? And anyway, you do not have to spray those on either side with brake cleaner because the coating already protects the rotor while it sits on the shelf. And I only say that just so you save a little time and a little brake cleaner. It is not necessary to spray this particular type of rotor. Alright, once you got your rotor and caliper back on, you can put your new pads in. Or excuse me, rotor and caliper bracket, rather. You can put your new pads in. And just like always, you can take this top slide pin. You can put it right in there. Make sure that it moves freely. And you can make it go down over, just like that. Might need two hands again. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time doing that with one hand, but once you do that, go ahead and tighten this bolt up. You can go ahead and put your wheel back on, lower the jack, torque your wheel to 140 foot-pounds. Just wanted to clarify this hex right here is not an 18, it is a 21. When you're tightening this up, if this thing wants to spin, you just put a 21 wrench on it. Alright, just a quick recap. We've got the driver's side done. We got the center cap and lug nuts removed. We got the wheel off. We've got the old pads and rotors removed. Got the new rotor on, sprayed down the parking brake. Got the slide pins lubed up, so we're just a tad bit over halfway done with this side. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put the caliper bracket back on. We're going to put them pads into it, and we should be pretty close to finished up here. And once you're all finished up, it should look pretty much just like that. And you want to go ahead and put your wheel back on, tighten the lug nuts to 140 foot-pounds. Put that center cap back on with the 22mm socket by hand. And definitely do not forget, one of the most important things is before you take off in this vehicle, you want to go ahead and start it up and push down on the brake pedal a few times, because it will go pretty much straight to the floor the first couple times. That'll prevent you from crashing into something after you do your brakes. And that's pretty much it on this one, guys. Hopefully your face is a little cleaner afterwards on your job. But other than that, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're looking for a video on how to do the front brakes on this vehicle, I've got one of those as well. Should be the last video that I posted. Otherwise, see you next time.